intro now. Welcome to Behind the Wrenches with Zach and Randy. I'm your host, Zach Gradowski, and with me, as always, is the illustrious Randy Solomon.
Yes, the illustrious. And yeah, did you see that thing I posted of how I want to be introduced? You know, the beginning of the Road Warrior, where the humongous, you know,
Oh, yeah.
the rock and roll of. That's how I want to be introduced.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, this week, I did something dumb. You were part of it.
Yeah.
I got my 01 Wrangler, 4-liter.
Yep.
Needed some more horsepower. So, I turboed it.
Yeah. Wow.
Not bad. I'm torn on it right now. Of course, I don't have the bigger injectors, and I don't have a tune in it.
You don't. Yeah, it's not tuned. But
I checked it. We're running at 4 psi.
Yeah.
And it seems to like it right there without having a tune and or what do you want to say? Injectors.
Yeah,
all
bigger
that
injectors
stuff.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So
got,
I mean,
well, it's you're maxing out what the map sensor will take.
right. So I do need to get some bigger injectors and tune it.
Mm-hmm.
But in the same breath, it woke it right up.
No,
I'm not disappointed in it. It was 16. So I added it all up. It ended up being just under $1,700. That was total with all the fittings, the extra parts I had to buy. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you buy that kit, be prepared.
Yeah,
Nothing fits.
No,
Nothing.
I know.
I mean, like I even had to drill the holes out for the turbo. You know what I'm saying? Like it was not a bolt-on
I know.
kit.
We were there putting it together, and I'm like, does this go here or does it go here? I know where it should go.
Did you like the instructions?
Yeah.
It's six sentences.
Yep.
Remove air intake, install manifold,
Yeah.
install turbo.
Yep.
Done.
Yep.
Drive it out the
header
door.
on, turbo, and
Yeah.
you're done.
There was nothing. They don't give you instructions. If anyone buys this kit, just understand. You know, it was an eBay special. They do not come with instructions. You just have to know what's going on.
Years ago, I had that SN95 Mustang, that GT. Remember that one? The red one.
Yeah.
Well, I bought that turbo kit off eBay for $2,000. It was a twin turbo.
Yeah, it was a twin turbo kit.
Twin turbo kit. And it showed up, and then I looked at it and went, this is never going to fit in this car. The headers weren't going to be, I was like, I ended up selling it to some other guy, you know, on Facebook Marketplace for what I had into it.
Right.
But it never made it on the car. But I mean, because it was the same thing. It showed up, here's all your stuff. Good luck.
Yeah, here's a box of parts. Best of luck to you.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. That's how this one was. But I'll tell you what, I started on a Friday. I started on a Friday and then finished up on a Sunday.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't have on it was they don't give you in the kit is the pipe from the turbo, you know, the exhaust out the back.
Yeah, they give you that
everything
little
but
short little.
Yep, they give you like a little adapter piece.
Yeah, you can do something with that.
The adapter piece they give you, which is funny, it's a bolt-on flange.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're gonna run that kit, you take that flange and just cut it right off.
Yeah.
That's what I did. And then I just put a slip pipe over it, and then built the exhaust out the back of the Jeep. It sounds cool. It runs good. It starts good. It runs good. It's got power. I mean, I'm still running Dana 30 axles on 35, so I mean,
you're gonna find the next weak link.
Right.
And like I said, it's a Jeep thing. You just take all the Jeep out of it. And
take all the Jeep out of it, it'd be all right. But I'll tell you what, we're gonna find out how tough that 4-liter really is. Everyone keeps telling me how tough 4-liter is and how tough bottom end is, and we're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out.
So, by the time this airs, we'll have already been there. But by the time this one airs, we'll have already been to Rocks and Valleys at a reject run.
Yeah.
Which hopefully you watched the short we did a week or so prior to the reject run, telling everyone that we'll be there.
Yeah,
hopefully we'll have seen some people.
Yeah, hopefully
out there.
we'll see some people there.
Right.
I mean, this is in the future. Way in the future.
Right, way in the future. Yeah, that's right. So, but I got another surprise for you today, Randy.
Okay.
Hopefully you like it.
Yep.
So the other night, my daughter teases me a lot about my Jeep.
Yeah,
all the time.
she is very critical of Jeeps.
She is.
You would think she like you made her got her a Barbie Jeep and that was it. You're not getting a bicycle. You're not getting anything else. It's the Barbie Jeep and that's it.
Right.
And she just hates them.
She does. She drives that Jeep because she got a driver's license.
Yep.
Excuse me. And she drives that Jeep. And she says, Dad, I won't drive that Jeep. That thing's too squirrely down the road. And I says, yeah, it's a Jeep thing.
You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand. I tell her that all the time. Every time I show up with a new Jeep, I tell her, this one's for you.
Yep.
And the heck it is, she
Yep.
says. She says that to me all the time. But she's a riot when it comes to that. I don't know what kind of off-road vehicle she's going to end up with, or any of them are going to end up with, because And who knows, she might not even get into it at all. I think she just enjoys riding along.
No, I think it's being included, being part of it, and enjoying it. And the best part is she can make fun of you, especially with a Jeep. She's
She
like,
does.
she's like, because like when I say, hey, now I got one too. We're all mediocre. And
Yeah,
she
that's right.
smiled,
We'll be
started
mediocre together. Yeah, she's a riot about that stuff. And you know what though? I've said it for years. People that have kids, and I know you guys don't have any kids,
Yep.
but people that have kids, they act like it's the end of the world. Not to pick on my brother too much, but my brother, him and his wife just had a kid.
They
And-
did?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
I
did,
didn't know
a
that.
couple months ago.
Okay.
But anyways, he says
So
his
your
first
parents
kid.
finally got grandchildren.
Yeah, they got grandchildren now. That was that's an inside joke. We'll leave that for another day. Anyways, I was talking to him, and the first thing out of his mouth was, "Well, there goes the next 18 years of my life." Now, he was saying that. I mean, I understand that some people feel that way having kids, and he's going to make a great dad, I'm sure. But the thing is, I have kids, and they come. How many times we go out off road and the kids are there with us?
Oh, all the time.
All the kids are always out with us.
Yeah.
I think they just enjoy being outdoors.
They enjoy. Well, I mean, we used to, we take my niece a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, she loves going. I mean, she's excited about Country Boys next
Yep,
June.
she went last year with us.
Yep, she went to Country Boys, and I told her, I says, well, we'll go for the whole 3 days.
Yeah.
And I says, you can come, and we'll do the whole thing.
Right.
That's
it. I took my son to that one bog. Him and I went there just together, just him and I.
Yeah.
And he's only 11.
Yep.
But I mean, he gets a kick out of all that stuff.
Yeah.
Whether or not they get into it when they get older, I
Yeah.
will not force my kids to do anything they don't want to do.
No, but
I'll show them the path, and then if they want to go
well,
down,
I mean,
okay,
it's
cool.
it's being being included and stuff. Because I remember we went. You brought the whole family. We went to Byron Bog, that one fall one. It was.
yeah, we
And
did.
he was like, he said to little Zach, "Hey, you want to go stand by the fire?" He's like, "Nah, there's too many people over there."
Right,
and
yeah,
I
he's
was
not
like-
a people person.
I'm
at
like, all right, I get it. Yeah, me
Right.
too.
But they like riding in the big trucks and
Yeah.
they enjoy it. They really do. And I enjoy taking the kids. But and that's why we talked to everyone. I think that's one of the reasons the side by side craze is so big, is because you can buy a 4-seater and put all the family in and go cruising around.
Yeah.
I mean, but anyways, besides all that,
Yeah.
So I sat down. So my our
Is this
treat- our
for your?
special
This
treat
is for your
today-
new. Did he have a boy or girl? Your
that little girl.
little girl. So this is for your new niece.
Yeah, I wrote this children's book because my sister, they had their kid last year.
Yeah.
So her kid's like 6, 7 months old or
Yeah,
whatever, 8 months, whatever she is now. And
I can remember
so-
when she was like 8 months.
Yeah, so do I. I know that my sister and I are like 14 years apart.
Yep.
But anyways, so I sat down, figured I'm going to publish this book, and I'm going to give one to each one of
There you
of
go.
my nieces.
Yep.
And then at the farm, Eric, him and his wife just had their kid in November. A whole bunch of kids got born in November of 25.
Yeah.
If I had my little wheel with me, I could tell you
Yeah. You
what
can
was
look
going
at it.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways. Anyways.
It's-
So I sat down and wrote a children's book.
Yep.
I don't know if it's really be classified as a children's book. There is some light swearing in it.
Okay. Well, then maybe. So are you going to read the whole thing to us?
Yeah,
Is
it's a poem. It's a poem.
Okay.
Kind of wrote in a poem
No,
style.
It's like a haiku.
Haiku, I think it's only 3 lines. These are at least 4. Okay, so
Yeah, a limerick.
so I don't know if can you see that, Rhett? That,
Show this one.
Yeah.
so there's the cover page, and this is all just a rough draft copy of this. This is not, it's
Well,
when it goes
yeah,
to
we still got
publishing, it's going to
publishing.
get
We got all. You got. We got to
Yeah,
get
so-
a hold of the artist and.
right. My daughter drew all this.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Okay,
she's
yeah.
got to get. Yeah.
So the name of the book is called "So I Turboed My Jeep."
Yep.
Okay. Right. When you get a Jeep, this is what happens. You get in touch with your feminine side.
Yeah.
Start writing stuff.
Yeah.
I've been, yeah. All of a sudden, I write poetry.
Yep.
Yeah. You just
I'm
bought a
gonna-
Jeep 3 weeks ago. What
Yep.
happened to him?
Well, I need a new thing for the shifter and.
Right. Okay. First page. And if you look at the pages, I'll show this to you first. Right? The pages are ducks.
Oh.
The number she
That's excellent.
the page numbers are
ducks.
ducks.
That's good.
Okay, so this is the first page. It says, "So I turboed my Jeep. Congratulations, King. I wanted more power. Now I have every damn thing." That's the first page. Make sure she's got them in order here,
Yeah, good.
right?
Well, they got numbers.
So here, I'll show you this first. So here's the second page. I think she didn't know how to draw a Jeep. Doesn't that look like a G-Wagon?
Yeah, kind of, but it's got enough aesthetic. I mean,
Right, right.
Yeah.
So page 2, it says, it whistled and screamed, shook bolts loose with pride. I felt 10 feet tall on a very short ride.
yeah,
That's page 2. Page 3 is a
yeah.
grenade. All right? It says, I tapped on the gas with a confident blip with major sass. The 4-liter inline screamed, I'm going to grenade, dumbass. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
a good book. It's
it's-
for children. This is for the children.
It's for the it's for modern children. you know?
It's for the children. You know, these kids that they have, they're only 6, 8 months old, whatever it is.
Aw.
They just, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, next one's a warning sign. It says, the engine went feral, dash lit all in red. Every warning light asked, are you sure about this, Zach? It's every light.
Yep.
Look at this. All of them are duck based. Okay, all of our stuff was duck based.
Good.
It says, my mile per gallon plummeted straight into hell. My bank account felt it and whispered farewell. Yeah, right. The engine rattled. An engine rattle appeared, then another, then 3. I cranked up the radio. Classic denial, you see. Yeah, that's a. I want you to know I failed creative writing in high school. That teacher can suck it. As far as I'm concerned. Yeah. She wasn't sure. She was trying to draw you, but I'm not sure what she was doing here.
Yeah, she's like,
so she went with just stick figures.
Yeah, she's like, that's too
another
much.
G wagon.
Yeah.
No,
It's a J wagon.
yeah, it's a J wagon. My passenger asked, "Is it supposed to sound like that?" A nervous yes by my lips had passed. It was not. Right. We're almost through. So I turboed my Jeep. I chased thrill and glory. Now I'm Googling parts and explaining my story.
Yep.
Got the computer
Yeah,
Googling.
it's computer. Yeah.
Googling stuff. Turbos are fun. Turbos are elite. Power's expensive, and so are the receipts. She got a picture of a receipt.
Yeah.
Last page. It's a picture of a wallet. Says, so I wanted more power. That's where it all started. So I turboed my Jeep. Man, that was retarded. That's the whole book.
Yep.
That's the children's book I wrote.
It's a children.
It's
Written by
for my
children.
it's written by children, my children.
Yeah.
That's all they are. Yeah. Someone out there. And then she drew this as a little, I don't know if we can show this or not, but Rhett might have to blur it out later on. So she wrote subscribe. So you guys can subscribe to our podcast. And apparently she's got a duck hanging another duck and a duck with a crown on.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah.
Something about treason.
Yes.
Maybe the duck likes Chevys or something,
Ah,
so they strung
well.
them up. I don't know.
I don't know. It's a tough one.
That was my treat for you today, Randy.
Yeah,
I'm going to get a
excellent.
kick out of that.
A round of applause.
Wait till it gets into publishing on that one. It is getting published, just so you know. It will be a. I don't know who you market that to though. It's
It's
read
Jeep
this to your
people.
1-year-old.
Well, you buy a new Jeep and they give it out at the at the dealer. Comes with it. So
Yeah, it comes with it. Someone at Chrysler's watching this video going, maybe we should just. I'm actually shocked that they don't put turboed 4 cylinders in Jeeps.
They
Do
might.
Do they? I guess I don't know. I don't think they do.
I don't think so. Do
When
they still
do,
even
the
offer
day-
the 4 of the?
No, the 4-liter.
No, do they still offer a 4-cylinder in a Jeep? In a like a Wrangler? I
I don't think they do. I think it's you get a 3.6.
You get the 3.6. You get the Pentastar. don't
Yeah,
you?
that's it. I'm pretty sure that's the only thing you get in all of them.
I don't think. Yes, like here's your options.
Besides a Gladiator with a. Can you get a factory? Not Hellcat.
V8.
Yeah.
You can get to VA.
You get in a Jeep and a Gladiator?
Maybe 5-8 years ago, I drove one.
Okay, I thought you could. I thought they did
Yeah.
offer it in one at one time.
I guess I don't know.
So.
For a while,
Okay, I thought you could, but I wasn't
I mean,
sure.
I know XJs and stuff and Cherokees. I knew that for sure, but like,
Yeah, the Wranglers.
I don't.
But you
know
had to
about-
buy like a Gladiator to get it.
I mean, they had, I don't know.
whatever I drove, I think it was a Wrangler. Worst damn driving thing I've ever driven.
Oh yeah, they drive horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not good vehicles to drive. Like I've said it for years. I know we've talked about this in previous podcasts, but they are not. I call them millionaires' play toys So if you have a daily driver, nice vehicle, whatever you drive,
Oh,
Chevy
yeah.
pickup, this, that, but you have your Jeep to go to track and take the sand dunes, whatever. Okay, I get it. But
You
if
tow
you
it
buy
behind your
one,
you tow it behind your
yes,
$500,000 motorhome.
right. But to just go buy one and drive it around, man, I don't know how people can do it. I really don't. And I know there's other people that argue like, oh, they drive nice. Yeah, they do stock.
Yeah.
You the second you put them on 35s or anything, they do. They but
Well,
that's
it's
anything.
funny because, like you said, I mean, we had the discussion. We were, I've owned lots of Jeeps. I've built several Jeeps throughout my years and stuff. But it's like, they're. It's funny to watch them go down the highway, and I'll pass one on 37s, and it's like, that can't be fun to drive. I said, I'm like,
Right. They're not that. And they're fun to drive, but I mean, I couldn't drive. Everyone that I know that has one has said the same thing. They have them as another vehicle.
yeah,
They don't have them as a daily driver, and they've all said the same thing to me. They said if I had to drive this every day, there's no way I could do it.
no. But
You
I mean,
know.
there are people that do, and that's
There are.
I don't. I'm like, man, I'm like,
Nothing against those people, but they have everyone else convinced that they're nice, and I
Yeah.
don't know who they're lying to, but yeah. But back to what we're talking about, my Jeep. We were talking about the turbo we put we threw on it and stuff.
yep,
So I sat down and I looked at, you want to talk about budget builds.
Yeah.
Okay. And I understand this is a little bit out of the budget. I mean, I already got enough money into this stupid Jeep that it wouldn't consider it a budget build.
I don't.
But-
well, the problem is the word budget build doesn't mean what it used to mean. Because, we were discussing that. We were talking about it, the other day about $5,000. And honestly, 10 grand is what a lot of people think is a budget build. I don't. 10 grand's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
But, they do them on all them shows, whatever. And they're like, we're doing a budget build. We got a budget of 10 grand. I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm thinking like $500. I want to go out and.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, right. Right.
I mean,
So you can buy. Okay, so if you wanted a budget build a Jeep, I've looked into this a little bit. You can go get. You can actually buy a late '90s, early 2000s 4-cylinder Jeep for a fair price. You can go get one for about $1,500.
yeah.
Now the 4-cylinder sucks. Okay,
Yeah, well,
they
the
didn't
only
do
thing
70 on the highway. I remember driving them things. You go to shift down and
Yeah.
you couldn't do 70. with
Well,
it.
the only good thing you get with a 4-cylinder is you get 410 gears.
You do.
So it's got but it has to have them to make up for a
For the
4-cylinder.
no power it has.
Yeah.
But now the other thing is, but realistically though, if you wanted to go out and be a trail rider, let's just go from a trail riding standpoint. You wanted to get something just go bebopping down the trails with.
Mhm.
You can pick up a decent 4-cylinder Jeep for, like I said, like $1,500, $2,000.
Yeah.
Now you have a 4-cylinder, but now you have a base to start with.
Yeah.
You could do something later on down the road. And the reason I went with a turbo on my Jeep is this. I talked to a couple people and they said just V8 swap it. Put a 5.3 in it, LS swap it, all that stuff. And that's not a bad idea. I know a lot of guys that have LS swapped their TJ Wranglers and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But if you sit down and start actually adding up the cost of it,
Yeah.
you're going to be $2,000 to $4,000
Mhm.
into putting an LS in your Jeep.
Yeah.
Now, if you have an empty chassis, that's one thing. Okay.
Yeah.
But I had a running, driving 4-liter Jeep,
Yeah. Yours was
and I just wanted some more power, but I also like to do things a little bit different. The turbo kit, like I said, what is it? It was just under $1,700.
Yeah.
Parts and everything.
Yeah.
and I did
it-
it in a weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
You-
wasn't. Yeah.
it wasn't hard.
No, I mean it was like there was a lot of like putting things on and taking it off because
Yeah,
it was
before
moving this.
you
'Cause-
got there, because I already had the turbo mounted and stuff, or
Yeah.
was starting to mount it. I probably had that turbo on and off that thing 8 times.
yeah,
before
because
you got
everything
there,
you're going
'cause-
off is other pictures of somebody
Yes,
else.
all I was doing was just looking at, and it's very hard to find pictures of guys that have done that on the internet.
Yeah.
There's one guy on YouTube that did it, and I watched his video, and even he leaves a lot of stuff out of it.
Yeah.
So, but I put it on, and we're figuring probably, let's see, what's a factory Jeep? Factory Wrangler's 4-liter, 180 horse. I
It's something
think,
like
something
that. I have to say, I don't know.
But they're claiming in the kit, and this, we're not chasing numbers here, but they're claiming a 280. They're claiming a 100 horse gain, which I believe if you're pumping above 8 psi or 10 psi.
yeah, but
But I'm doing 3-4 psi. Does it have more power? Yeah, it does.
yeah, but you still I mean, go back to the days of like, how much are you willing to pay for horsepower?
Well, we figured it out one time, and I could tell you that 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago, we figured it to be roughly $38 or $35 per horsepower.
Yeah.
Or per horse.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to make horsepower and you wanted to build an extra 100 horse, it's going to cost you roughly $3,500.
Yeah.
Which would be about right if you were building a small block. You pull it out, cam it up, heads, intake, all that stuff. Yeah, you're gonna. I mean, it might not be quite $3,500, but I mean that's a rough.
It gets you. You know, yeah, you can buy, all China stuff and
Right. Do you know what the cheapest horsepower to make is?
nitrous.
Yeah, nitrous. Just
Yeah.
bottle
Well,
it.
yeah, you can
Bottle it and ram as much to it as you can.
Oh yeah,
and-
till the engine fails, and then honestly, I'm surprised we don't know a guy that does that instead of.
I'm actually shocked at the people that don't run nitrous.
I think it's a lot because of the tuning issue.
I knew a lot of guys that didn't tune. I mean, I'm not telling you to not tune your truck before you go ramming nitrous to it.
No, but I know. Yeah, I know. I
know
had
a lot of guys who used to just run nitrous, but a
We had-
conservative shot, 175
Yeah,
shot.
I had
whatever.
a guy. I had a guy I knew in college. He had a G body. I don't remember exactly what it was. He had a 150 plate shot on it,
Oh yeah,
and it was like we just threw it on, and because I was like
it didn't tune nothing. No,
nothing.
Just
And
jammed 150.
yeah,
to
it was
and
like
called it
I was like, wow. And he's like, I'm gonna sell it because he wrecked the car or something. And he was like, you want to buy it? And I was like, yeah, I'll throw it on my mud truck. And I never did. I should have,
Right.
but I mean, I'd have blown the engine up too. But
the one nitrous kit that I have sitting on the shelf. It came off of a trade-in
Yeah.
at the dealership. There was a guy. It was a guy with a 2010 5.3 Chevy pickup.
Yeah.
And it had nitrous on it, and they wanted it pulled before they put the truck on the lot. But
Yeah.
I talked to the guy that owned it. He didn't have it tuned, nothing. It was a 75 shot. It was a 75 shot. I looked at the nozzle, even the
Yeah.
jet that he had. And you know what? He says, well, I just run it just for fun. Cool. You know, and
yeah,
I'm actually kind of shocked more people don't run nitrous. But my question is that, we don't live in big cities. I'm not sure of a lot of people that fill nitrous bottles around us.
not anymore. I mean, there used to be, but I don't know of any.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know of any. I couldn't think of any off the top of my head. I think there's one in Bay City that fills nitrous.
Yeah.
I thought about getting my own nitrous filling station.
Yeah, you could. I mean,
Just order the bottle in and be done with it.
yeah. But I mean, it's nitrous is
Nitrous is fun.
it's fun, but there's always that possibility something's gonna happen. But I mean, it's just like anything. But
The other thing is, one of the reasons, we were talking about making horsepower out of my Jeep, and this goes for anything, all facets. It's not just making more horsepower on my Jeep. We got our big trucks that have horsepower and all that other stuff. I just like playing, and I like messing with stuff to see what's going to happen.
yeah,
Now, is $1,700 a big gamble to make? It is, but in the same breath, I watched some videos and seen some other guys that had done it. Now we don't know the backstories of what they were doing
Yeah.
with these Jeeps, but obviously, I mean, I've been wrenching for a lot of years and stuff. If the engine comes apart, well,
Yeah.
it's not like I don't have more engines.
well,
laying
it's
around.
not
I
like
mean,
it's not like you've got $10,000 into the engine.
It's right. I don't have 10 grand in the engine, and I didn't have to. I do all the work myself.
Yeah, Exactly.
You help or whoever else. But I mean, basically, we're doing all of it. I'm not paying a shop to do this.
no, you're
for
not.
me.
No, that's the other thing. And that's the biggest thing. You're not paying someone to do it. You're doing it yourself. I mean,
Right.
it's funny because we take it for granted.
I know we do. I feel bad about that some days. You're absolutely right. We take what we do for a living for granted big time.
It's just what you do. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I need to go do that.
Right.
I need to put this on. I need to.
It's funny you say that because, you've seen how I drive, and I'm a conservative driver. But I mean, when I get rowdy, you do the same thing.
Yeah.
We know when to be conservative in our driving, when to get rowdy when we're
Yeah.
off roading.
Yeah.
And I was talking to some of the locals, kids that stop by the shop, and they try to get into the stuff or whatever it is. And the one day, the one kid that was there looked right at me and he says, well, we've seen how you drive your truck. You beat the ever-loving hell out of it. And I says, well, I can because
Yeah.
if I break it, I says, I ain't calling you to come fix it. I says, I will do it myself. I says, you don't know the things I've broke that I've been in the shop doing by myself that you guys don't see.
Well, to bring up somebody, big shout out to a buddy of ours, Will. I know he's been watching this stuff, and I'm rooting, there for you, man. But he used to always say, "Well, we need to make that Randy proof." Like I
Right.
was like really hard on, and I was like, I told him, "Dude, I'm not like that hard on stuff." He said, "Oh, we got to make it Randy proof though. Got to make sure it's not gonna break when you're driving it." I'm like, not like I was chunking drive shafts and axles and stuff out of my trucks all the time, but
Right.
he had this idea, and I love Will for it. That was his thing, and it was great. I hope we can get back to doing that stuff with him. He's a hell of a fabricator and a hell of a good guy.
Right.
So.
But, yeah, I don't think you're that lead-footed.
No, I don't think I am, but he seemed to think I
Seem to
was.
think you were.
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know. When you're doing it. I mean,
Right. Some guys just go all out foot to the floor until shit starts scattering
no,
from here to
they're
heaven.
like I'd done it if it hadn't blown up. Well, everybody would have done it if it had. Like I
Right.
said, we that last bar and bog we were at, we discussed this. That guy had a turbo Jeep there, and it was it was a TJ, and it was you didn't know it till he fired up, and then it came to life, and I was really impressed. And it didn't go over and pop the hood and look at it or anything like that. And he was right next
Hopefully
to
I'll
us.
see him next year out
Yeah.
there. I'd like to see what he.
Yeah,
I'm sure he used the same kit I did.
I'm
and
pretty
you just
sure.
jump on eBay and you can buy them.
yeah.
And like I said, back to turbo and Jeeps. It's not about just turbo and Jeeps. I wish more people would, what's the word I'm looking for? Pioneer or just go do stuff.
Give it a
Learn
shot.
by doing. Just
Well,
go do
like
something
I said,
crazy.
Roadkill was big for that. Like, I think about the Rotson. They had the,
Oh yeah,
that had a 7.3 turbo on. They built the whole kit to make that thing turbocharged.
yeah.
And it was right in front with a hater pipe and all that cool, And I was like, man, we could do that. We have enough garbage laying around. You could do that.
Right.
I
I just want to see. One of the reasons I do what I do is I'm trying to be an advocate or a role model for the people coming up behind us. Just go do this. Well, is a turbo on a Jeep stupid? Yes, that is. I'm not gonna lie. It is a stupid thing to do. Does it have power? Is it fun? Yes. Is it going to be reliable? Probably not. But if you do something different, and someone sees it, and then they go, "Man, maybe I can do that.
well,
Or
I
maybe
mean,
I should try this."
It's worth a shot always, because honestly, I was like, man, I says after seeing it and stuff, I was like, it seems to run really good and everything. I was like, it's not a bad idea. It's a good way to boost horsepower. And honestly, I was looking at a supercharger for mine. and
I've seen those little Sidewinder ones.
Yeah, but I'm like, man, they're like $5,000.
Yeah, they're expensive.
And I'm like, I don't want to spend that.
What I'm curious to see, and we're going to find this out soon, I'm curious to see how the axles are going to handle it. I don't think it's enough horsepower to hurt them axles.
I don't know. You got 35s. That's like pushing it because, like I said, the best meme I've ever seen was the one with the was like a Jaguar, and he's got like a little baby gazelle, and he's got his paw around it, and it's like the caption says the Jaguar's 37s and the Gazelle is 35s, and
Right.
it says, "Sorry, little buddy,"
Yeah,
35
right.
35 Dana 35s and 30s,
Right.
He's like, "I'm sorry, little buddy, but this isn't gonna work for us,"
Yeah. We're going to find out. I don't think the drive shaft's going to have a problem. I think we're going to have an axle shaft problem.
yeah, you're gonna. I don't think.
I don't think it's going to be a problem until the first time I'm either get stuck and I just jump on the throttle. I think we're going to have a problem.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll find out. I mean, you got that. It's got that limited slip up front.
Yep, I got one of them helical lockers up front.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that for a second. So my Jeep has got obviously turbo 4-liter, and it's just a 2-door TJ Wrangler, nothing special. Oh, it's an automatic. Mine's an automatic. Because that was all I could find at the time.
Yeah,
and plus I'm too big to drive a stick shift Jeep.
Yeah,
like my knee hits the steering wheel.
I picked up that Jeep from you, and I
How did you get in that thing? Oh no, never mind. I'm talking about the Jeep that I got from you. We'll talk about that.
Oh,
that seat, that thing come out like a bus.
I know, it's
a
really
caravan.
comfortable. The YJ, yeah.
The YJ that you had that I got from you. You couldn't get in that son of a gun.
Well, you couldn't. I could. Like
I
I said,
could not
I'm
get
not.
in that Jeep.
You and Josh are not built for Jeeps.
Right.
I can get in a Jeep. Like I said, it's funny because we were talking about that stuff. But I got in the TJ after I got it from you,
Yep.
and I'm like, I stepped on the brake, and I'm like, why is the thing revving up? My foot was hitting the gas pedal.
Huh. I didn't realize it was that close.
And I'm like,
the TJ
what's
chassis.
going on here? And I like happened to look, and I'm like, I said, hell, I drove CJ7, 79, 80, something like that. I drove that all the way down to Lima, Ohio when I was going to college, for a little bit. And we built that one. It was Dana 20 and a 30 in the front or whatever.
Okay.
And that had 31s on it, and it was tiny, but it was a fun little Jeep.
Yeah, go ahead and have some fun with it.
Yeah, and it didn't even drive that bad because it was only on 31s. But,
So we're talking about, talk back to what we were discussing. So I'll give you the backstory on my Jeep. So I bought my Jeep a couple years ago, whatever it was now, and it's a 01 TJ.
Mm-hmm.
So it had 35s on it already, and it was a dog.
Yeah.
Like, it was a dog.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed in that thing. But I opened it up, found it had 307 gears in it. So let's talk about this for a second. So the 35s that were on it were in great shape. They are in good shape. Aftermarket wheels, 35s. It looks nice. The tires are in great shape.
Yeah.
So I opened up the diffs, 307s. No wonder it's a dog.
Yeah.
So I bought a set of 456s for it
Yep.
and a helical cut locker for the front.
Yep.
Now I bought all these parts on eBay.
Yeah.
Okay, the gears, the ring kit, the gears,
Yeah.
everything. And I want to say it was, man, I'd have to look it up again. It was less than $500, $600.
Yeah.
I think it was a little bit more than that with that helical locker in the front.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I got, let's call it $800 into all the gears. Now, like I said, back to what we were talking about, we're lucky enough. I pull it at my shop. I tear it all. I do all the work myself. No big deal. So I geared it down to a 456. It woke that thing right up. Cool. Everyone kept telling me, they're like, well, why don't you just drop tire size? Go back to a 33 or a 32 or a 31, which there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But you go get a good set of 33s,
Yeah.
you're $1,500 plus.
Yeah.
So it was actually cheaper to keep the 35s on the Jeep, re-gear it, than it would be to drop tire size.
Well, because same thing. Mine's got 33s on it.
Yep.
And 307 gears. And I ended up getting factory 410s.
Yeah, 410s. What?
Yeah, I got 410s. I got the helical locker, which the same locker you got for the front, but I got it used
Right.
because the box was open for $100 off eBay.
That's like crazy. They sent it to you in a bag. It's
Yeah,
a garbage
it showed up,
bag.
and I was like, "What in the world?" I opened it up, and I'm like, "Well, it's never had a ring gear bolted to it. It's never even had oil on it, but it's used." And I'm like, "Because the box fell open or something."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "All right, so we're gonna put that in the front. We're gonna put the 410s in it."
Yep.
Because I ordered a factory set of 410s.
410s on 33s ought to be perfect.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured I'm not out anything if because right now I'm at $100 for the locker. I bought a rear on Marketplace for $100 with 410s in it. The whole axle. So we got extra axle shafts. And then I've got the front gears coming out of an axle. And the screwed up thing is the way it came. The way it's coming is it's the pinion, the bearings are all on it, the carrier's all there, and the caps to the axle for $150.
Right.
So I'm at $350 for 410 gears in this thing.
Nice.
And then
That's
I'm going to
awesome.
throw a rear locker in it for $100, one of them lunchbox lockers. And
That's the thing I did not put a locker in the back. Mine's still open in the
yeah,
rear.
but I mean, we're going to have,
I should have just put it on.
yeah,
like
I'm
a-
going to have
spool under it or
$450
something.
into locked, TJ on 410s.
Right.
Yeah, you can't buy tires for that.
That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, so you get a set, like I said, I could have dropped back to 33s. Now the problem I have is my 35s are a little bit close to my fenders.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm not getting rid of a good set of 35s
No.
just for, for added power or whatever to drop to a 33.
If you came across a set like in a
Yeah.
deal or something,
Yeah.
or like but
Right. I know. Yeah. Right. I know what you're saying.
yeah.
So I did that, and it made the Jeep a lot better. And then it runs and drives good, but I just wanted more horsepower. We're always chasing horsepower,
yeah,
and so I decided instead of V8 swapping it to do a turbo on it.
yeah. Why not?
And so I turboed it, and I'm not against
The
it.
little turbo that could.
The little turbo that could. Yeah, I thought that same thing when I was putting that together,
He's so cute.
Right. The only thing I will tell you, if you do that turbo swap, make sure you header wrap everything. Because it puts the pipe that feeds the turbo and the pipe that comes out of the turbo,
Yeah.
it is in the worst spot. You've seen that. It's a half inch from your
it's like,
battery.
the best part was that they had the pipe they gave you with it, and it's like, I'm like, Zach, we're gonna have to do something about this because the minute you fire this up, it's blowing heat right onto the battery, the
Right.
exhaust,
I
right.
put a little pipe on it
Yeah.
down just to pull it out the door. But yeah, header wrap everything. But I tell you what, though, I screwed up. If you're gonna buy header wrap, okay, buy good stuff. Don't buy. I had a roll of Amazon special stuff, and I wrapped the one pipe in it, and I had fiberglass stuck in my arm for like 3 days.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
scrubbing my arm, my hands, it like stuck in everything.
Cold
So-
water, scrub down away.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But all in all, I'll tell you what, if you have a Jeep if you have a 4-liter Jeep and you want some more power and the Jeep runs good, instead of LS swapping it or V8 swapping it with whatever you're going to do, I'll tell you what, I'm not against it. I'm not.
No.
Is it the smartest thing I ever did? Absolutely not.
No, but like you said, the same thing. It comes down to cost effective, everything. You're at what, 17? Okay, say on the high side, you're at $2,000 into that.
Yeah, that's done. That's
Okay.
done.
Can you buy a running small block, LS or 350, all the mounts, the adapters and everything
No,
for the same thing?
no.
No.
No,
can't.
because you know what? Someone out there needs to correct me on this if I'm wrong when I say this. I don't believe that the trans. I don't know if they make an adapter for that transmission or not. But I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think that
It won't hold up.
3-speed
No.
will handle the
No, 'cause
the power of a V8.
Your old 383 was in that CJ7,
Yep.
the one I was talking about.
Right.
That's it ended up getting a 350 transmission, I think, in it,
Okay.
and then the Dana 300 behind it.
Okay.
And that you got a drive shaft that's this long. The U joints touch when
Right. Yeah. Right.
But
So, no. The answer to that's no.
well, like I said, it's not even that. Then you start looking at just all the other stuff. You got the exhaust, everything else.
Right. Yeah, you got
It's-
the manifolds. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to find a way to get that exhaust out the back for that V8.
Yep.
It's not just a V8. And I get so irritated with people that'll tell you otherwise. They'll be like, and I've had people tell me this before, you have too, where you'd be like, well, I turboed the Jeep cheaper than I could LS or V8 swap it. And they'll say, oh, I did the whole thing for 8 cents. And they're like, well, I had a harness and I had the engine and I had the pipe and I had this and my cousin let me borrow this.
Yeah.
And okay, man, we're talking
Well,
normal people
like
here.
I had my CJ. God, I think about this. I had a bunch of Jeeps, but I had that CJ7, the one that tried to kill me, the V8 one. That was a factory 304 one.
Yeah, it was AMC Jeep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a stick. That thing was stupid.
Oh, that's cool.
But I mean, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but but I mean that thing was factory set up, and it had outside the frame headers and everything like that.
The Jeep we have at the farm's that way.
Yeah,
That's a CJ7
yeah,
with 305 in it.
yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
With fender well headers and
yeah.
stuff.
I mean that's the way to go if you're gonna do a Jeep, anyways.
If you're doing them older ones, that's the way
Yeah.
to go with it.
Yeah.
These newer ones, I don't know.
Well, mine originally, I think it came from. I don't know where it came from, but the guy that originally built the CJ7 I had with the factory 304 in it, that had duals and dual cats on it.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah, it had duals inside the frame, dual cats, dual mufflers out the back.
Oh, no shit.
And
okay.
I'm like, well, it doesn't need cats. It's a '79 Jeep, and so everything
Right.
got off. It got outside the frame headers and Flowmasters, and really, it was cool.
Right.
I mean,
Well, right, how much time we got left? About 5 minutes?
0.
We're out of time? Oh, my God. Well, okay, we'll end with this. You know what one of the most underrated Jeeps I think is? You already know this answer. Come on now. What's the most underrated Jeep that people can get into for a fair price?
Well,
Come on. We already said it earlier.
the
XJ.
XJ, yeah.
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 I think if you want a good, and that's where we'll end today. If you want a good,
Yeah,
cheap,
well,
reliable off-road vehicle that you want to go two-tracking with and
Yeah.
get a little bit, you go get yourself an XJ.
Yeah.
Karen, a good friend of ours, she's got a lifted XJ on 37s, and it
And whose
pisses
was
me
that?
off. It pisses me off, Randy. All right, because
That was
she's
mine.
on 37s. All right,
Yeah.
and we're all on 33s and 35, and she thinks that she's king shit. I don't care. She
Well,
listens
no,
to these
that-
because she's on 37s and straight axles.
Yeah.
and coilovers.
Yeah, that thing had. Well, that was the whole reason
Well,
I bought.
you got that Jeep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You bought it for whatever reason.
Yeah, I bought
I
it
don't know
because-
how you got in there. I mean, I know you're not a very big guy, but I don't know how you got in that
That's
thing.
why I got rid of it, because I was like, this thing's a pain to get into.
Yes, XJs suck to get in and out of, unless you
And-
get a two-door XJ.
Yeah, a two-door actually. When
But anyways, yeah, hers is straight axle swapped.
9-inch in the rear
Yeah,
and
9-inch,
44 in front.
44 coilovers.
Yeah,
And with a 4-liter, and she takes that thing everywhere.
yeah, that thing's a little monster.
It is. If you guys come out to Rocks and Valleys this year sometime, she'll be there with that Jeep as well. And I'm telling you what, that thing is. I shouldn't even say this out loud. I pick on her all the time for having that, but I mean, that's now she's gonna hear that I'm actually like that stupid Jeep.
No, it's like I liked it, and I don't know. The Sabrina wanted the Excursion back, so that's why we got rid of it.
I don't blame you. I like that. Like I said, but as far as Jeeps go, a cheaper alternative
That's
Jeep for off
right
roading,
there.
it's right there.
There,
The XJ.
that's
So-
where to start.
So that's what we'll finish off for today. So this has been Behind the Wrenches with Zach and Randy, and we will see you again in 2 weeks.
Yeah.